Тут ви бачите пошкоджена оргтехніка.
The laboratories of Chernobyl are littered with the remains of nearly 600 computers destroyed by departing Russian troops who'd occupied the zone.
Серверне обладнання.
There was server equipment.
Його викрали. Комп'ютерне обладнання.
It was stolen. Computer equipment has been destroyed.
Також
Along with the equipment, the software was stolen.
викрадене програмне забезпечення.
It was used to predict the development of any unusual situations.
Прогноз розвитку не
For example,
будь-яких
if a fire started in the exclusion zone,
наприклад, якщо в зоні відчуження відбувалась пожежа.
These labs are meant to measure Chernobyl's radiation levels, but under occupation, contact was lost with dozens of crucial sensors around the site. Specialist equipment like this €6.5 million radiation monitor donated by the EU has been left unusable, its unique software stolen.
it's a fact of pure vandalism. They clearly did not want this equipment to be used in the future.
Неможливо було це обладнання використовувати в подальшому.
Now back up and running, basic sensors show that radiation levels are at pre-war levels in Chernobyl, the site of the world's worst ever nuclear accident. But technicians have had to scramble to rebuild the IT system from scratch, improvising using decades-old equipment.
We just gathered everything we could that was still around and got on with it, so that we could measure and control the exclusion zone. We rebuilt this from the remnants. We used everything that was available. You see even floppy disks. We're just making do with what we have.
And for now, only 2 of 60 technicians are manning Chernobyl's ravaged labs, which are around 30 kilometers from the border with Belarus, where Russian troops have once again deployed.
There is still a military threat from the Russian Federation, and that means people's lives are still under threat.
Russia's army rolled into Chernobyl on the 24th of February, the very first day of this war, and took over the still volatile zone around the defunct power plant for just over a month. Some 90 Ukrainian employees were trapped on site, working long shifts to keep the nuclear reactors safe amidst the chaos. Alexander was among them.
This is the disorder they left behind. It was like that in all the offices. Just like this. In all the offices.
As the war raged, a power cut raised fears the reactor could overheat. And although the Russians used tank fuel for the emergency generators, it was a period of intense anxiety.
It was very confusing. They fired, they hid behind the power station. It was extremely dangerous.
Alexander is still haunted by his weeks in Russian captivity, cut off from the outside world.
They would catch you, knock you down, force you to lie on the ground with a machine gun in your back. They'd ask who you are, where you're going. They'd search your phone and your pockets. So you just had to look for a way out, a way to survive, and also try and find out what was happening to your family. There was no network, no connection, and you could see all their military equipment here, planes flying over, tanks flowing in an endless stream.
Chernobyl's nuclear reactors have long been decommissioned. A vast steel and concrete sarcophagus sits over the epicenter of the meltdown. But it's still a highly volatile site, with major public health risks. We have to be accompanied by an official guide while filming in the exclusion zone, land stretching for 30 kilometers around the plant. It's here on the edge of the Red Forest, not far from the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, that Russian soldiers set up camp while they were occupying this zone, building checkpoints and even digging trenches in the contaminated soil.
According to some sources, they lived here for up to 3 weeks. They ate and drank and slept here. And these are the sandbags which were also dug right here, full of radiation, radioactive sand, although they brought their own bags with them.
To date, there's no information about the condition of the Russian troops who occupied Chernobyl and withdrew at the beginning of April. Ukraine's military is back in control of the site and has restricted nearly all access. Before the war and COVID, it was becoming a major tourist attraction and a massive boost for the local economy, with a peak of 124,000 visitors in 2019.
I would like everything to get back into place so that tourists would come to us and everything around here would develop. But I don't know what will happen next.
Frozen in time, the empty monuments of Chernobyl provide an eerie glimpse back in time. Fresh nuclear disaster was averted here this spring, but as Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues, an air of uncertainty lingers.